Awesome. Well, I am Ellen Hector, and I, along with my husband, own MindsetPT, which is a performance and rehabilitation company over in Texas Corners. So we presented a year ago, and a lot has changed for us since then. And so I started the presentation with this slide, which I thought was kind of interesting in the sense that when we talked about it before, I referenced this mostly to the audience as far as that health is a sliding scale. And I think the health of our company has kind of been a sliding scale over the past year as well. And that sometimes we've made some really good decisions that's taken us closer and closer to our big goals. And then other times we've had to learn the hard way, and we've made some ones that maybe didn't take us as close as we had hoped. But along the way, man, we've sure learned a ton, and we've changed our purpose quite a bit as well. That we're focusing more now on, especially on, we have two aspects to our building. So we have a gym side where we work on functional movement through memberships with people led by top level professionals, which I'll get into in a minute. And then we have the physical therapy side, which is a direct to patient practice. And so on the physical therapy side, we've really started to focus working with more people who have complex medical conditions and help them get to the root source of their problem. And we could talk for hours about how our medical system loves to treat symptom-based approaches, whereas we will definitely address the symptoms, but we try to get to the root source of that problem. And usually people who have complex medical conditions, that's the niche that are not getting taken care of, and they require a lot more attention, which our model can provide. So we've kept our four core components to our model in that we really want to focus on education. We really need to focus on patient care. We provide expert level services, so we're always hiring the people that are most expensive. And then we're also doing a movement practice through our gym membership. So those have stayed. And our focus has also stayed. We really wanted to keep our values of building relationships with the community, with the people that we serve, and with other business owners around town. We've also continued to stay one-on-one. And in physical therapy, that's very rare to have one-on-one care throughout the duration of your appointment and to be able to see the same provider for the duration of your plan of care. That is incredibly rare. And so we do that every single time. We also do a system-based approach, meaning that we treat people as an integrated being. We don't just treat a diagnosis. And then we really try to focus on the needs of the patient. So we spend quite a bit of time on motivational interviewing and things like that the first day. So we make sure we truly understand what's going on with them, not just on the physical side, that's our wheelhouse, but what really separates us apart as providers is understanding that connection emotionally and psychologically. So our staff has extensive training on that, and we continue to do that throughout their employment. We still do not participate with any insurance. And originally I thought that was going to be a big hurdle, but I think everybody's starting to understand the quality of care that they get. And so when they call, we used to have this script that our staff would kind of utilize to explain why we do that. And now most people, when they call, they go, yeah, that's fine. They don't even ask. So that's wonderful for us. And we really focus on patient empowerment and quality care, and then networking like-minded individuals. And we've done that through multiple ways over the past year. And then of course we have our big new building as of January 1. So there's nothing like going into a pandemic with a new building, but we've been doing actually just fine. We continued our education with our patients as well as gym memberships. We do it through workshops and webinars and different types of seminars. We've actually been more active with that during the pandemic. So we've been very, very pleased with how that's been going as far as the education goes. And then we continue our patient care. We've actually refined in a really cool document where we've actually laid out our approach so people can understand the steps of how we're going to get them to that goal, and then how we retro-engineer that for them. And we really focus on getting people to understand their care, because if they don't understand their care and why they're doing something, then when they're not with us, it's not going to go nearly as well. We also continue to provide expert services for things outside of the physical therapy realm where a diagnosis is present. And so we can do that through performance packages. So we work with a lot of athletes, and especially this summer, we saw multiple kiddos who had college scholarships but could not work out at their own gym or didn't have the equipment at their house. So we provided this actually little niche market for the summer while they were heading back to school. So that was a lot of fun to work with some of those high level athletes. We also continue to do movement analysis, both in person and video. And then we're continuing our baseline concussion screening. That actually was a huge portion of our business. Our business has kind of shifted a little bit with the pandemic. And since kids are no longer in sports, many of the clubs and things like that either are not working or they're only in practice capacity. So that actually part of our practice has been kind of held a little bit. And then in the beginning, we had planned to do some memberships that had a little bit more full body analysis with blood testing, hormone testing, and things like that. We tried to kind of think of treating the whole person, and we were going to plan to do all that ourselves. And that just seemed a little bit a lot as we got further and further down the rabbit hole. So we've now partnered with Insight Functional Medicine, and they actually sublease from us. So it's a beautiful relationship and a revenue generating stream for us, which is huge. And then in addition, we've done an amazing job of hiring this ridiculously cool team. And the gentleman on the left, if anybody is a Million Cups, pro, that's Jake. He's actually one of the presenters, and I met him at 1 Million Cups and was very impressed with him and continued to stay in touch, and then now give him a nice job. So he has been a wonderful asset to our team. The next lady actually heard about us and was a mom of a patient, loved what we are doing, and said, I want to volunteer because I want to be a part of this team. And we said, that's amazing. We still have to pay you. So we're great. And then Dr. Kara Algram is our lead therapist. She is amazingly good at her job, and she runs our gym for the most part. And then there's Jeremy Brown, which is my husband, co-owner, and he runs a lot of the marketing, social media, all the back end software. He does all the stuff to make us look good, but you don't see his face too much. We've then now narrowed in our approach, and we've really been able to refine in it seems like every month we get better and better at getting our vision clearer and clearer. And so we still are doing our memberships, but we've cleaned it out. We only offer a general unlimited membership with 3 different payment options. And then we have recently added the teenage athlete membership just because lots of sports have been canceled. Kids cannot practice certain places, but we can practice at our facility. So we've been very blessed to get through this year and actually continue to be thriving. So I attribute that to our really amazing team who thinks outside of the box and works together and communicates very, very well. So yes, thank you so much for having me. And thank you for all that you guys have done for me, whether it's from meeting with Bob's to connecting with people or just saying, hey, I know someone who you need to talk to. I mean, just the spider web and the domino effect of this has been amazing. So thank you, everybody.